President Obama ran his re-election campaign promising to fight for women. So why is the White House actually paying women less than men? This week, Maria Shriver presented the president with the most recent report on the economic plight of women in America and the changes she believes needs to be made.
Men are totally a part of this conversation in terms of how they raise their daughters, in terms of how they support their wives and their partners. And what's good for women at the economy is also good for men. What we're saying is that government and businesses have not kept up, and we need to modernize our relationship to women.
Of course we do, but shouldn't economic equality start with the very person who got into office by promoting it? Let's ask Penny Nance, president of Concerned Women for America. Are you concerned about this? What is the White House doing to its women employees? Why are they paying them less?
Well, Peter, they're actually perpetuating the myth that American society is somehow unfair to American women, that we are victims. And the truth is the matter, we're actually doing pretty well. What they've chosen to do, however, is to hire less women in key roles, in upfront roles, and at the top leadership. And so their numbers look bad. But overall, this administration has gone a long way to make women feel that they're treated unfairly and that society is against them, when really in your 20s, women make more money than men. It changes, though, when kids come along and we make good choices for our families. That's not a bad thing. We need to have more choices. We need to encourage corporations to do flex time and job sharing and give us more opportunities. But overall, we're actually doing better than men in employment.
Well, let's look at some of the facts, and you tell me if it's right or if it's wrong and what your comment is. Full-time female workers make 77% of full-time males' income. Median annual pay for women is $65,000 versus $75,000 for men. And this is incredible. The White House paid women 13% less than the men in 2012. The year before that, it was 18% less than men. Why the disconnect? Why isn't action meeting their promises, especially in the White House, which should be the showcase for women in America?
Well, I agree there's a double standard in this White House, and there have been women who have left the White House that said that it was a terrible work situation for women. But the stats that you mentioned, the 77% number, does not take into account that women go along side by side with men in our careers. We're paid essentially the same thing until it comes to the point of our childbearing years. Women tend to lean out, to use Sheryl Sandberg's words, and we tend to take time away from the workplace and then go back in. When we go back in, we often come in making less money, and so the numbers don't work out. We also often choose jobs that give us flexibility for our families and for our kids. We want to be able to do that. We've just got to make sure that women have the same opportunities as men and the same choices. I think we've come a long way in that manner. Of course, there's bad bosses, but overall, we're doing pretty well. The problem is the entire country isn't doing well economically, both men and women under this president. And I would suggest the White House do a little better job of putting women out front. I mean, the Bush White House had your beautiful Dana Perino as the second press secretary in our nation, the second woman to have that job, and so it made a difference. She was the face of their administration.
And we'll leave it there now. The face of Concerned Women for America. Thank you for your concern, and thank you for meeting action with Concerned. Penny Nance. See you soon. Make that deadline or face